go. All right. Hey there, everybody. How y'all doing? Thank y'all so much for stopping by as always. Gonna do another around the 30 with my boy, my man Chris. We did it. We were talking about it before we came live. Last time he was on was around the pandemic, which I thought was longer than that, but it was around 2020. I'd have to go back and everything, but this dude is awesome. He has a YouTube channel. I'll put it in description already. Make sure you go, do all the good stuff you got to do, like, shares, prayers, cares, all that good stuff and everything. Stories from the toy shelf. Now, he doesn't do a normal kind of review like I do. So he does something different. It's freaking hilarious and it's really awesome. So, Chris, thank you so much for coming on. How are you doing, good sir?
I am good. Thank you.
Awesome.
Well, like I said earlier, if I
Under the
sound
weather.
really odd, I'm,
Yeah.
I'm, I'm a little under the weather, coming off a
Yeah.
fever, but
It's
I'm
all right.
good. I'm good. So
Awesome.
everything's,
Awesome. So, tell everybody where you are. Now, you are in the Philippines, correct?
yep, I am in the
So he is
Philippines,
in the
in
future.
Manila.
He's in Manila. He's in the future right now, so he knows. If y'all wants lottery numbers, he has them for you already. So and everything.
So what's
But
that? 13 hours into the future.
yeah, 13 hours. Awesome. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, I met this guy. Man, how long? Let's see. We started talking what around the pandemic, around 2020, probably.
A little bit before that, I used to be a regular listener to your podcast,
Oh yeah, remember
Shattercast.
that
So
Shattercast?
like I would,
Yeah.
I would,
I'm
I would
sorry, man.
normally like write in and stuff.
Hmm. Awesome, man. It's been a minute.
So
Yeah, yeah, a lot of history with that and everything. So that's awesome. Well, I want to say
yeah.
hi to everybody who's came in. People are watching. Thank you, MC DJ. How are you doing? You sexy beast. Kato, man, that's another sexy beast right there. Everybody go follow and go subscribe to Kato, especially, man. He's awesome. Princeton, thank you so much for stopping by, and whoever here is as well and everything. So what we do is around 30 is I just bring people on, get to know them, and everything. Like I said, now last time I had Chris on, he didn't have a channel, so we didn't really talk about his channel. Now he has one channel, and so let me ask you the first question. Let me bring it up first. So, um, why did you start your channel first of all?
Okay. So well, basically, I had a blog way back in 2012. Actually, it's still up there. Um, and but once YouTube started taking off, blogs started going the way of the dinosaur. So like, you would write every week, every month you'd make
Yeah,
a number of art posts, and you wonder if you don't get any feedback. So yeah. So sometime maybe 2 years ago, I thought, why not give it a shot? Transfer my what I do. I mean, I already spent time writing it, right? So
hmm,
make it into a channel. It wasn't something I did seriously at first because I didn't know exactly how I wanted to do it or like what I wanted to do. Like just make a visual slideshow of my channel, of
yeah,
my vlog. Yeah, my blog.
your
But
vlog, yeah.
yeah,
What
that's
can
why.
people? I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt you. Can y'all hear me now? I hope everybody can hear me. Chris said you couldn't hear me. I hope y'all can hear me. I wasn't. I don't think I was muted. I don't think. I hope y'all can hear me now. If y'all didn't hear me, I'm so sorry. Man, I just went through a whole 15 minutes of just nothing. Um, I can hear me. Okay, good. Now, Kate, did y'all hear me at the beginning? Hopefully, I hope y'all heard me at the beginning. Heard everything. Okay, good. All right. I'm sorry, Chris. Sorry about that. So
No
yeah,
worries, no
Chris said you
worries.
couldn't hear me, so I was like, oh crap, man. I just went through all that and nothing. Nobody heard anything. Okay. So yeah. So yeah, you started your channel and everything. So let me ask you this. So like I said, you don't do the normal, I want to say normal review. You do something different. Why did you choose that way to do your reviews? Is it just because of your vlog or something like that? Was it because of that, or is it just because you like doing that?
Yeah, well, obviously you want to try to do something different to stand out, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, and while I could have gone down the route of reviews as well and stuff like that, I I, I called my blog Stories from the Toy Shelf. So it is more
Mm.
about, um, you know, how every toy that you have has a story. Like whether it's like the
Hmm.
background of the character,
Yeah.
right? Every back then we had like GI Joes with file cards, we had Transformers
Yeah.
with tech specs,
Man.
right? So
Yeah.
so you have that.
Hmm.
But I mean, there's also that on YouTube, right? Um,
Hmm.
so I wanted to add on to that and basically tell the story on a personal level,
Yeah.
right? Like
Okay.
um, we all have different experiences with
Mhm.
with a certain toy, whether it's like a Megatron, or a Blue
Yeah.
Streak. but at the same time, we all have the same stories, right? Like,
Yeah.
so my favorite comments are like, "Wow, you brought me back to when I was a kid," right?
Yeah.
So, so that's how I approached it, right? So yes, there's a little bit of a review. I give thoughts on like what the toys that I have,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
for me, the focal point is really that. It's like, and I envisioned my audience. Yes, I envisioned my audience to be people like myself who are
Hmm.
collectors and toys, but I would do it in a way that I'm telling a story to someone who doesn't know who the hell Optimus Prime is, right?
Okay.
Like
Yeah, I got you.
who. So so yeah, that's how I chose to approach it.
Okay.
And
Nice.
then
Yeah. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Go ahead.
go ahead,
No,
go
go
ahead.
on. I'm listening.
Yeah, so yeah, and then when I transferred it to YouTube, so there's that visual element now, right?
Mm.
That's thrown in. And
Yeah.
at first I just thought, oh, I'll just do slideshows, I'll just put pictures of, what I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
then little by little I realized, hey, you know what? I can throw in a bit of my personality into this,
Yeah.
right? So like
Exactly. Exactly.
you'll see little references. So the more you watch it, the more you get to know a little bit more about me. Like
Yeah.
it's funny, but then you get to know that I listen to glam rock, right?
Oh, I know. I know. That's
I
what we
watch,
talked about. We talked about a
yeah.
lot of the glam bands and everything,
So
hair bands.
I throw in a lot of those stuff like wrestling, So
Yeah.
so I figured it's perfect, right? So I get to tell my story, but at the same time I throw in a bit of my personality into it.
Okay. Awesome. Oh, Chris, I'm sorry you could barely hear us. I mean, I hope everybody else can hear me just fine. Blue, thank you so much for stopping by, shopping for bots online. Heck yeah. Hope you're shopping on Show Z because they got some good stuff. But hope y'all can hear me. I mean, I got my microphone up and everything, so hopefully, oh, we'll see. Sorry you can't barely hear me, Chris. So next question is, so like I said, you're in a different country. So how is it collecting in a different country? Like, are you like? I mean, I know you probably don't have like I mean, do you have? I mean, is there a Walmart or
Nope,
Target over
no,
there?
no,
Okay,
no WalMarts,
so
no Targets.
where do you shop? I mean, I'm sure you mainly shop it online, but do you ever go looking for Transformers? And how is it different? I mean, I don't know if how I don't know if you would know if it's how it's different over here. Because we got like Target, Walmart,
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So how is it? Do y'all have like shops for this stuff, or do y'all have
yeah.
how do you shop for your Transformers and stuff?
Well, pre-pandemic, we had the usual like the retail stores. So we have a store. I mean, we have Toys R Us. Um,
Oh, y'all still have Toys R Us? Okay, nice.
we
Okay,
still do have Toys R Us. We
awesome.
have this thing called Toy Kingdom, which belongs to another major retail. Like
Okay,
the opponent of Toys
okay,
R Us.
okay. Oh,
Um,
okay, nice.
so we have that retail, and then there are also specialty shops. Like there's this place called Green Hills, which is like where all the hobby stores are all located in like one area. I mean, of course, there are others
Okay.
all around the city, but
Uh
Green
huh.
Hills is like one of the more popular ones.
Okay.
So that's where you can get your secondhand stuff, loose stuff,
Okay. Something
third party.
like a like a Goodwill or something. Is that like a
Not really a
Goodwill?
Goodwill. Not really a
Okay.
Goodwill. I mean, these are. I mean, they're not like they're legit stores, like
Okay. Okay.
but they're more mom and pop type of like
Oh, okay.
it's not
Gotcha.
they're not like
Gotcha.
branches or whatever.
Okay.
So that was pre-pandemic, and then of course once the pandemic hit,
Yeah.
we had to shift like everyone else. So like now, like I used to joke that with my wife that every Sunday, normal husbands would go golfing, but I would go to Green Hills. So I would do my toy
Heck
shopping
yeah.
every Sunday morning.
That's
Um,
awesome, man.
but now after the pandemic, it's like I'm there maybe once or twice a year.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah, because everything's online, right? So a lot of the
Yeah.
sellers had to move their stuff, so it's through Facebook, it's
Yeah.
through whatnot. So, and
Gotcha.
I mean now Amazon, Amazon
Yeah.
has free shipping here to the Philippines.
Oh, really? Oh,
So
that's nice.
yeah, so it's
Okay.
crazy. And then also like the retail on the retail end, prices just shot up. Like we probably
Hmm.
have the most expensive in Asia. I don't know, like
Oh, it's
retail
expensive over here
like
too. It shot up
Transformers,
here too. Yeah, it shot up
like
over
it
here
more
too.
than doubled.
Yeah.
So it's
Not double, but
crazy.
it was up. Yeah, it was up.
Yeah, so it's like it's cheaper to actually order it from Amazon. Like you save
Yeah.
a whole lot more. So that's pretty much where I get most of my stuff. Like I literally just got something last night.
Yeah, it's
So
like $25 for a deluxe over here. So yeah, Yeah, GQ Mark, thanks so much for stopping by. Anthony Duke, man, hope you make it home safely, man. Don't don't text and drive and all that good stuff. So now can y'all find
Sorry,
do
my
y'all have
dog
like
goes crazy.
no it's okay. My dog just came in. Do y'all have third party transformers that y'all that at the stores?
Yeah,
Do you have
yeah,
like
we do.
you do? Oh, that's so awesome.
So I mean,
Man.
it's like I mean, you have your showsies and stuff, right? That you
Yeah.
go to. So
Yeah.
it's similar here,
Well,
except
no, I
they
meant
have a
can you go to a store like a
yes, that's
physical
why it's
store?
similar
Oh,
here
okay.
in the sense that
Okay.
they have a store, but they
Okay.
also have an online presence where you can order, and then you just pick it up from the store. But they have
Oh,
stores that you can
wow.
walk in and they have stock as well.
Wow, that's
So
awesome. Oh, that'd be so cool. I mean, some of the bigger cities that we have, you can walk in and find some third party stuff, but not very, it's very seldom. I mean, well, in my area, I don't know, like, in, East Coast and all that stuff, they do have stores like that. But I would love to go over to Japan or something like that and just walk in and just see third party Transformers everywhere. That'd be
your
so,
friend Larkin was over here like a few months ago, and
yeah. Oh, and you got to
I
hang out with him too as
yeah,
well.
I took him around. So I
That
showed
was
him. I
awesome.
brought him around Green Hills. So
I'm
yeah,
surprised he should be in. I'm in a chat with him and everything. And I thought he might be in, but yeah, I do remember that. He did remember that. Yeah, that's awesome. How was? Is he a good guy? I mean, really? I mean, is
yeah,
he
he's a good
nice?
guy. I mean,
I mean, you can tell the truth, man. Really, I mean, you can tell us the truth. I mean, he is hairy, isn't he? He is a hairy man. He does have some hairy arms. I love that. I love that dude like a step cousin, man. Yeah, we're in a little chat with him and all that stuff and everything. So he's good. Kato's, well, one of the good friends with him too as well. So that's awesome. I miss what country. He is from. Tell him where you're from, Chris.
I am from the Philippines, so Manila. I live right next to the airport. I don't know if you
Oh,
remember
really?
there were planes flying
Yeah,
over.
I remember. And I remember we talked about hairband stuff, all that stuff too as well. All right, so move on to the next question. This is kind of different. Like last time, I don't always ask about Transformers or things. So, if you do you like cereal? And if you do, what is your favorite cereal?
Nah, here we go again with the cereal. Okay, so
Did I ask you
um
that already? I am so sorry.
no, it's cool,
I
it's
can't
cool.
remember. I
No,
can't
no.
remember. I can't
Well,
remember. That was 4 years ago. I can't remember
I
that what
couldn't
I asked you.
answer I couldn't answer your question last time because like here in Manila, cereal isn't really a big deal. Like I mean,
Oh, really?
it's not a regular breakfast food here. Like here in Manila, it's crazy. You have sausages and you have like
Yeah.
meats. That's a Filipino breakfast, like with rice,
Oh, okay.
garlic rice and stuff like that. But cereal wise, as a kid, I grew up with the same cereal that you guys did in the States. I mean, we had like well my favorite were the sugar pops, the
Oh,
Kellogg's.
yeah.
um
With the frog on the box. Was that the sugar
no, that
pops?
was the sugar
Oh,
smacks.
smacks. That was sugar
This one
smacks.
was the one with the porcupine. I remember the well anyway
Oh,
it was a
really?
Kellogg's thing, so we
Okay.
had the same. I remember I remember enjoying the Smurf berry crunch.
Oh,
We
yeah.
had that.
Dang, that's nice. Yeah.
So
Man, I'm sorry I asked you the same question, but like I
no
said, that was
worries.
4 years ago. I don't
No,
remember
that's
that
cool.
one.
It's cool because like I couldn't come up with a proper answer last time.
I need
So
to come
it's
up with better questions, to be honest with you. I think so. But all right. So I may have asked you this one too, probably as well, but we'll answer again. Who is your favorite character and why is he or she your favorite character?
Transformer.
Yes. Well, I mean
Okay.
any character. I mean, you can say Transformers and whoever else is,
Well, with
as far as.
Transformers, it's Sunstreaker,
Oh, wow.
and
Okay.
with well, Sunstreaker and Thundercracker for the same
Okay.
reasons. Um,
Okay.
they both have questionable allegiances, you know.
Yeah.
So you have Thundercracker who almost became an Autobot, and Sunstreaker who almost well he betrayed the Autobots. So
Yeah. I
so
didn't want to
yeah.
talk about that.
No, but I love that story arc, and it's like one of my favorite videos that I did. Like it's actually
That's
the
Kato's
first
favorite character too as well.
cool. It's one of the
Yeah.
my first videos that went like crazy. So
Hmm.
like yeah.
Awesome.
Um
Awesome. So who's your favorite character outside of? Because I see behind you, you do got some. It looks like Marvel Legends maybe
these are
behind you.
old. These are like MCU
I think they
like
were the same
Endgame.
ones up there the last time. I think I liked them too as well.
Yeah. So one thing that I really I really fell victim to since the last time we talked was GI Joe Classifieds.
Mm.
So yeah, like for years I was always avoiding it because I mean I'm a growing up, GI Joe was my thing, right? I mean,
Right.
like the
Yep.
original O rings, those were like the only things you could afford on your allowance. So when the
Them and
25th,
GoBots.
yeah, so when the 25th anniversary came out, I went all in, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so when the classified came out, so I couldn't see myself going all in on that because I already had such a big 25th.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, okay, so well, this goes back to you're asking about my favorite. So my favorite GI Joe is Airborne. Like he's the most
Oh, okay.
obscure
Wow. Yeah, I've
obscure
never heard
character.
anybody say Airborne was
Um,
their favorite.
so that's how I got into 25th. Because when the 25th came out, I was just all Transformers,
Mm-hmm.
and um, I was super tempted to get into the 25th, and then ran on one random like Google. I go, I wonder if they did a 25th Airborne, right? Like if they did one, then maybe I'll get that one because he's my favorite. And then true enough, they just did. So yeah, so I went to the store, got myself Airborne, and then a couple more, and it was all downhill from there. So
Oh yeah.
he started off my 25th. Same with the classified. Like he just was released this year. Like he was announced this year, and he just
Mm-hmm.
came out maybe last April.
Mm-hmm.
And like I went back and forth. I was like, I mean, I know myself, right? I mean, we're
Yeah.
all the same. It just takes one.
Oh
And
yeah.
so I went back and forth, and then eventually I fell, and I got myself Airborne, and that's the end. And now I've like gotten an instant classifieds collection,
Nice. Nice. I just sold all
all
mine.
because of
I was
Airborne.
I got into it deep, like from the beginning, from Zero Snake Eyes, and I was getting
Yeah.
everything. I got the his tank and everything, and I just got to a point where I was running out of room first of all, and I just didn't have anywhere to display them. And which I don't have anything to display right now, but I'm getting there. But it wasn't doing it for me like it was like Transformers was. So I sold all mine. I went to a show, and here locally a local show, and luckily somebody was buying them. And I sold all of my stuff. I sold my his tank to a good friend of mine in Utabi, what I paid for it and everything. And I'm at it, and it's kind of funny. Like I said, I got kind of they kept doing repaints, doing stuff with Tiger Force and
Uh-huh.
Crimson stuff and everything. And I was like, but Transformers does the same thing. But it just Transformers has always been my thing. I mean, that's always what I like. So after they started doing Crimson stuff, I was just like, yeah, I just don't want to do this anymore. So I sold my stuff, but they got some nice stuff. I mean, they got some good stuff coming up. The Rattler I think is the next HasLab.
Next one.
Do you do the
Yeah. Well,
HasLab stuff?
no. I've
No.
yet to bite on a single HasLab. The only HasLab that I almost bit on was the Rancor, and that didn't push
Hmm.
through.
Oh,
So
okay.
I ended up having someone 3D print an entire Rancor for me.
Oh,
So
really? Awesome. That's all. Well, Larkin does 3D printing. Do you ever?
yeah,
He said he
yeah.
he
He
would.
showed me a lot of his stuff. In fact, when we
Yeah.
were in Green Hills, we bumped into a couple of people, and because they overheard him talking about his 3D stuff, and they're
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
"Wow, you do
really?
3D?" And so he started showing off all his stuff to those people. It was pretty cool. It was like traveling with a celebrity.
Okay. He is a celebrity. Now, how did y'all? I mean, how did you? Did he stalk you? I think he stalked you too, didn't he? I think he like.
Um,
I think he
how did
watched
we?
our. I think he watched our. Did he watch our around 30 or something or?
He watched he watched. I remember him mentioning because he asked if I was Filipino or something, but he
Mhm.
basically sent
He
out a
stalked you.
random he sent out a random message to one of the local collectors groups here saying, hi,
Oh,
I'll
gotcha.
be in Manila, and so I figured, why not reach out. If he gets back to me, then cool. If not, let's, at least I put it out there.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's cool, man. That's so
so
awesome,
yeah.
man. That's a small world. Not really. It's really small. Okay. Well, I guess you kind of answered the next question. Like, what are your other interests in Transformers? You got the GI Joe. You do a little bit of Marvel. Do you do anything else like that, or you?
Yeah. Well, okay. So, well, I have the main ones. So you have Transformers, you have GI Joe, and He Man. So I was a big
Hmm,
classics
okay.
collector. That one I was in from the ground up classics.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one collection I'm really proud of. Um, I don't feel the need to. I mean, He Man's going crazy now with all the Masterverse and Origins and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I don't feel the need to to go into that,
Yeah.
which is funny because like when classics ended, um so Mattel must have had a lot of overstock.
Hmm.
So for a time, for a few months, our stores over here were flooded. Were flooded with classics. Like they were
Really?
just
Wow.
in all these stores, and they were selling for dirt cheap. Like,
Nice.
um, yeah. And then now, people have realized just how cool classics are. So, and now that with Origins and stuff coming out,
Yeah.
everyone's like going back to classics, and now they're like so crazy expensive. Like
I can't.
I wish I
Yeah.
doubled up, so I
Man, I
could.
could. I just couldn't get back. I could. Man, He Man was my first. I mean, I think it was first for everybody because I think it was around the one of the first around the '80s, the big ones that hit. Like I think '82 is when it came out.
Yeah, yeah.
Before Transformers, GI Joe was too around there. I think too as well. I think maybe, but He Man was my first. But I can't get back. I mean, I was like, man, I sold all my GI Joes, but man, they got some nice stuff. I see them in Target all the time, and I'm just like, oh man, should I get it? I'm like, no, I
They
can't.
look really good. I mean, I'll give them
They
that.
do.
The new stuff. Sometimes I feel they go a little bit overboard. Like they add so much new like touches and details. For me,
Yeah.
you kind of lose the character. But for the most part, they're pretty good. And like the origins is like crazy in the terms of like what they've covered. Like
Hmm.
classics used to be so proud. Like they basically re-released the entire vintage line, but now origins is like going
Yeah.
even crazier. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good with my classics, and then of course Transformers.
Yeah.
Um,
Of course. Yeah.
so you have your, I mean, the retail stuff, the chugs.
Hmm.
I'm both chug and masterpiece.
Okay.
I never
Nice.
got into legends.
Oh, you
Um,
should. You should,
no, no, no,
man.
no, no.
That's some good stuff right there. If I could start over, I tell you every time. If I could start over, it would be Legends and probably 3-0 stuff.
Yeah,
I'm debating to getting away from the Chuck stuff because it's just I don't need any more of it. I
yeah.
got the main stuff I need. So I'm kind of trying. I backed off. I haven't gotten everything Chug. I've actually backed off a couple, a lot of things lately. I even canceled some pre-orders too. I was like, I don't want that. I don't need that. I could find it in the store if I do, and
So
blah
you're
blah blah.
not in
So
on
yeah.
the Studio 86 Prime?
No, I am on that. I have to get that. I do the studio series. I like the studio series, but some of the stuff, just some of the stuff coming out, just like repaints and everything, I don't need some of that stuff and everything. So,
Yeah.
um,
Well, I love Chug because it's got its charm to it, right? And
mhm.
I
Oh
mean
yeah,
they're not
I understand why
masterpiece
people
level, but they're perfect for like fiddling around. Like you just want to pull off some one off the shelf
legends are like
and
that too, Chris. I'm just telling you, man. They're fun.
no, no, no,
They're
no.
nice little death
I,
spots,
I
man.
I do have a question with the legends. So I noticed in your reviews, like they they release multiple versions or repaints of each character, right?
New Age
Um,
does that a lot. Yeah. Hmm.
and one of them is what you call it, translucent.
Yeah, the clear trans. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
clear transformers. Hmm.
yeah. So is that the norm? Like almost every character that they release has a translucent.
New Age, yes, just about. Yeah, it's just a way to get another mold and a mold out there. They're doing the shatter, with the Dinobots. They're doing the Shattered Glass, G2 version, the comic, the translucent. There's a lucky draw. There's a toy, and then there's a Toon Deco. So you're gonna get at least seven out of that deco right there from New Age. Not everybody does that. Like Magic Square does not. I don't think they've done a couple, not very many, but they've done a couple translucents. But the way their plastic is, it just wouldn't be that. I don't think it would. It's not that. It's not as good as New Age. But
Are they compatible? New Age and Magic Square,
what do you mean compatible? What do you mean
size
like
wise,
scale wise?
skill wise,
Not really.
style.
Some of them, like most of the time, I say 98% of the time, Magic Square is going to be bigger. They're a bigger size. Sometimes New Age has been bigger. Their Jetfire was bigger than Magic Square, and there's probably a couple others. One thing, but mainly, um, I mean, you could try to mix match. It's just Magic Square goes really for the Toon Deco, which New Age does too as well. But they really go like it's just because the way Magic Square is plastic. It's really kind of gummy. It used to be really gummy, but it's gotten a little better. But it's more flexible than what New Age does, and so they go for really Toon accurate. I mean, just like it jumped out of the '84 series and everything. So They're different than you got. There's so many now. You got Iron Factory. They're more stylized. They're different.
Yeah, I got a
Different
bunch of
thing.
Iron Factory. The
Yeah.
earlier ones, the Seekers.
Yeah. So
Um,
they're different. There's there's a new one popping up all the time, and there's always I think X Transbot's going into the Legends game right now. So
don't remind me.
everybody, everybody does Legends, man. Oh, what's up, Elite? Thank you. Oh, if I haven't, sorry, if I hadn't called your name or you came in, thank you so much for stopping by, man. Appreciate that. But yeah, Legends is yeah, they're awesome. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, if you didn't mind about the way the scale or all that stuff is, you could probably, you definitely could do a season 1 through 4 at the moment. I mean, they've
Yeah,
got everything up.
I very early on I got myself the very first New Age Bumblebee because I thought it was cute
Hmm.
and I figured it was a nice one off.
Yeah,
Um, and Magic Square Sideswipe because well I'm a Lambro collector, so I
yeah,
figured get that.
yeah,
But until now, no one has released a Sunstreaker. Is that right?
yeah. Iron Factory has one. They did a double 2 pack with
Yeah,
Sideswipe.
I have those, but
Okay. Um,
but
Other than that,
like like to match Magic Square never released that I
they
know of.
will. Eventually, they will. I mean, they'll have to. I mean, they did a side. I hope they do a better side. What they did better. Sideswipe with what was Magic Square was one of their first ones they
Yeah, one
released.
of the first.
So they've gotten better, since that. So I'm sure they'll do a Sunstreaker. I'm sure New Age will put one out eventually. They have
This
to. I
new
mean,
did New Age release a Sideswipe?
no, they have not used.
No.
Not yet. Not yet. They haven't done. They haven't done those yet. But hopefully they will soon. Hopefully we'll see. Um, what do you guys think about the new Devastator? Anthony, are you talking about the Studio Series A6 Devastator? Is that the one you're talking about, Anthony? I don't know if that's the one you're talking about. Um, New
Or the
Age for
new
G1
the
Legend.
fans
I know for
toys and X
Devastator.
Transpots ones.
Yeah. Okay, so next question. So something that is on your bucket list. What is I guess like a white whale or something that you are you would put money fork a lot of money over for, or not a whole lot of money, but just something that you would like to add to your collection that would be just something perfect.
Well, see, I'm at a point where I'm not adding to the collection. It's more of replacing.
Hmm.
When something so which is thankfully. I mean, this is where I wanted to be, right? Like I wanted to, like be at a point where like I have my masterpiece set, like
Hmm.
display, and everyone's there except we need a new wind charger. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so in terms of, I mean, if space weren't an issue, I really would love to go in on the HasLabs. Like the
Oh.
Dragonfly has like a lot of sentimental value for me because like I had two of them as a kid.
Hmm.
Um,
Wow.
so,
Okay.
but I mean, it's just crazy. There's just no space.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they are big. They're pretty big. Do you
Super
have any of the
Seven.
Transformer Has Labs? Do you have any of those for the Transformer
No,
ones?
no. I
Okay.
ended up just getting the studio cell. There, I don't know if you can see it there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep.
So that's my
That's
that's
a
my
good one.
86 display.
Nice. Okay.
So
Awesome.
so no, I haven't got because I'm not really into like the new, what's that, RID, um
Yeah.
the
Mega Prime. Yeah.
Japanese
Mega Prime.
transfer.
Yeah.
I'm not so into that stuff. I never, so nothing Transformers has really gotten to me. If ever the Marvel stuff was tempting, Galactus,
Hmm.
and the Sentinel, which are like all over the place here.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the retailers here like ordered too much. So especially Galactus, like you just go to Green Hills and he's everywhere. Um, Unicron's been sold pretty much here, but for a
Hmm.
while he was everywhere as well. So it's funny because like HasLab, you can't, from what I know, you can't order directly from the website here in the
Oh, really?
Philippines.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
or not that I know of, but I mean we're covered because we've got a lot of suppliers here who like bring in
Hmm.
like tons of them. So
Yeah. Okay. That's nice. Yeah. GQ definitely. I would love to have a broadside MP scale. Blue asked or said, hoping to get a deal, a studio sale at TFCon Baltimore. Man, hey, if you see me, Blue, come by and say hi, man. I'll be there. Kato's gonna be there. All of us are gonna be out there, man. So be cool to meet up and
Yeah,
everything.
for
It'd be
me,
awesome.
you talk about white whales. For me, it's more of being able to go to those cons, because like I'm in a
Yeah,
different country, right? So
yeah.
um, I had one experience. I was able to convince my wife to spend her honeymoon in New York Comic Con. So,
Oh, awesome. That is awesome.
and it
Well, I
was
mean,
awesome.
but that's more of a
So
trip too for, you could do
it's a
stuff. Like
trip.
yeah, we went to, last year we went to Orlando for TFCon and we went to Disney for the week, and made it a trip,
Yeah,
so yeah, I mean, New York, you could, make that a big trip and everything. That'd be awesome.
yeah. So one of these days, I'll find my way to
I hope
one of
so, man. That'd be
those
cool. That'd
TF
be cool to hang
cons.
out, man. That'd be awesome. GQ is going to be, are you going to be at Baltimore also, GQ? That's awesome, man. Yeah, we all have to hang out, man. All right. So, next question is, I usually say, people usually ask what's your favorite Transformer series. What do you think is the worst Transformer series out?
Okay, that I've seen because I haven't. I kind of stopped after Prime. I haven't seen anything past that.
Okay.
What's that? Cyberverse,
Yeah,
Earth
Cyberverse,
Spark.
yeah, the Earthspark, and then they had the Titan Returns, Cabana War thing. What
Okay,
was
yeah, okay. I saw those stuff, and I would call
okay.
those the worst.
Okay.
The Combiner Wars.
Yeah.
Not for anything, but I really like. They were so proud of saying, "Oh, we use the 3D models of the toys
Mm-hmm.
to animate," and for me, it's like I hate that. Like, you know, um, they feel like toys moving around. Like, there's no weight. There's no. So I hated
They
that
were
from an
clunky.
animation
They were
perspective.
clunky.
But
They're real
even
clunky
the
and everything.
story, and then the voice, I guess they cheaped out in the voices, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
they like one thing that really stuck out was Ironhide. Like his voice was like he sounded so
He's
young.
younger. Yeah, he's younger and everything. What really stuck out to me is they didn't transform. They were running a
Did
lot, and I was just like, y'all transform into vehicles and stuff. Why are y'all running? There was a lot of. I mean, a lot of people had high hopes because it was Netflix, and then yeah, but then they really they didn't put the money and budget into it, and they only gave us like I think it was eight. I think it was eight or something per
yeah.
season, whatever. It just wasn't enough time to grow into development, character wise. I don't know. It was Kingdom was now whenever they did like the Kingdom stuff, I liked that. That was okay. Some of that stuff
Yeah,
was pretty cool.
so what I'm referring to, I didn't like the first series. So that's the Combiner Wars, Titans
Yeah,
Returns.
no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
But
Combined Wars
but
and
but
Titan Returns and
Siege, Earthrise, and well,
Earthrise
I didn't
and
I didn't particularly like Earthrise, but I thought Siege and Kingdom were pretty good.
I
I
thought
mean,
Kingdom. I thought yeah,
better.
I thought Black Arachnia and the was it Starscream? Was it Black Arachnia and Starscream that had the interactions a lot in Kingdom? I thought they were pretty good. Or was who was the Black Arachnia was with? I think it was Starscream. I don't know. Um, but
I,
so the Kingdom was pretty good. I like that. I like that three series. The Earthrise was
yeah,
Earthrise was okay, but no, the Combined Wars, Titan Returns, and Power of the Primes, whatever. Oh, that was
I don't
bad.
even think I watched Power of the Primes.
Probably not. You didn't miss anything. So everything. So okay. So all right. So any advice? I know you're kind of new to YouTube and everything. You only round or two or anything. But do you have any advice for if anybody the 8 people that are in here? Like I told you, we're
Eh,
going to be a lot of people. Um, do you have any advice for young YouTubers that want to do this? And well, put it in your perspective how you do your videos. Do you have any encouragement or any what are like any tricks and trades to the way that you do stuff?
well, okay. So well, first and foremost, um, I I believe it's a crapshoot, right? You
Yeah,
can the whole algorithm is like you can
trash.
make the best high
It's
quality
trash.
videos and stuff, but I've watched tons of like videos on like what to do, what not to do, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Um, but that's beyond your control, right? So for me, I would say I think personality is important, right? I mean, because like even like I mean, yes, everyone does reviews, and even my stuff, like stories about the characters. You have like Chris McFeely and you have Rodimus Primal and stuff like who do
Hmm.
so much more, right? So like even
Yeah.
mine to a certain degree isn't unique. So but what is unique is your personality. And that's something that you can't mm, is unique to you,
Yeah.
right?
No, I understand. I understand.
Um so like when I first started watching your videos, um what stuck out to me was the floor time, because
Yeah.
like that's something you don't see from other YouTubers, right?
Hmm.
Like so it's that it's finding a way to, that's the best advice I can think of, like finding a way to put in your personality into whatever you do, whether it's reviews, whether it's stories and
Hmm.
whatnot. um so yeah, I mean that's what I can say
Awesome.
during I mean it's been less than a year that I you know like when I first started. Oh, and be patient with your subscription growth, because like the first thing I did when I first launched my channel was I went through my entire Facebook friends list and messaged them, hey, can you please subscribe to my channel? And they
Yeah.
will, right? Because they're your friends, but they won't watch.
Yeah.
So
I
at a
know.
certain
I did that
point,
too.
you know, so trust, I guess. I mean, so like it just, so for a whole year my channel basically didn't um do anything. And then I was so pressed. I was crazy. I was releasing like 3 videos a week, and it was killing me, right?
Yeah.
And the quality, I watched some of the earlier videos that I did compared to like what I have
Oh
now.
man. Golly, I
And
watch some of my older stuff and I'm just like, that is straight trash. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm sorry.
like I
Go on.
put
I was
myself
listening.
to
You just
sleep.
mentioned that. Yeah, you mentioned that. I'm like, man, you go watch back some of my first ones I did, and they were just so bad. Oh my gosh. Oh
Yeah. So there, I mean, I wouldn't like, I've settled on one video a week, one good video a week, like work on it, right?
yeah. Hmm.
But at the same time, I guess it's always about trying to find something new and putting yourself out there, right?
Hmm.
Like I know I pestered you a lot on
No,
trying to,
you ain't pestering me, man.
but it's like I figure this is my only way to push things forward, is to make friends, right?
Yeah.
Like to make connections with fellow fans and stuff like that. So it's like, don't be an island, I guess.
Yeah.
There's so many like-minded people out there who
Yeah.
share the same passion that you do. So you have nothing to lose by reaching out, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So
No, you weren't pestering me, dude, man. Dude, if I always reach out if anybody needs help with, I'm a small channel as well too. I mean, I'm not, huge or anything like that. But anything that I could do to help other people, that are doing this, don't ever hesitate to ask and everything. I'll help you as much as what I can do. What I do. Evidently, what I do is not working, but sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But I'm always available. Nobody's pestering me. I'm always available. You can reach me best on Instagram. Is usually the best way to get to me. I always answer DMs if you want to slide my DMs. I'm always available and everything. So I should have had you on early, a lot earlier, a couple years ago and everything. You know, but now we could do more stuff, moving forward. It's just with 13-hour different, with the time change,
yeah,
it's different and everything. So that's kind of a pester too as well. So,
yeah. No, I
um,
don't. I don't mind. I don't mind having a morning chat.
no, no, that's fine. That's fun. So my last question I'm gonna ask you. So, what are your goals for your channel? What do you want to happen? Let's just say, like we used to say, where do you see where do you see third party in 5 years? What I used to say in Shattercast, where do you see your channel in 5 years? Do you think you'll still be doing this? Do you want to
Well,
do this?
I hope it will still be up in 5 years.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I mean, I think growth is the only way to go. Like you can keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. But I think at one point, at some point, it'll get, even if you enjoy it, right? it,
Hmm.
it'll get stale. And
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
so I don't know. I've thought about it, and I've thought about, like, trying to add more of my personality into it, in the sense that, like, because my videos are, it's just my voice, right? So I don't know if actually um going out there like this, right?
Hmm.
I mean, it's no big secret. I'm not trying to hide my identity or anything, right?
No,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
um, or I've gotten a lot of requests of people asking to see my actual toy shelf, which is a mess, but maybe that, like, maybe showing a little bit more of that. Um,
Oh,
but
that'd be
yeah,
cool.
it's really about trying to find um, maybe variations of what I can do. Maybe short form. Like I do shorts,
Hmm.
um, but see, I get conflicting advice from all these videos like that I watch. Like some people say, if you're doing long form, then don't do shorts, right? Others say do
Yeah.
shorts because they will help the long form. So I don't know.
I mean,
There are a lot of conflicting stuff. So
I mean, it for me. I don't know if you do shorts, and I hear this a lot from other reviewers. If you do shorts, it doesn't really help your long form because they're just there for your shorts. They're not going
mhm,
to sit there. They got the attention spans of a gnat, and so they're not gonna watch your long form videos. So I used to put out shorts a lot, but I've kind of cut back on mine because I don't they wasn't helping my long form stuff as well. So I mean I don't know.
that's
It,
what
it
you
just
that's what you prefer to focus on. You personally prefer to focus on
I
the
mean, I
long
like them
form.
both. I mean, I like doing shorts too. I mean, shorts were mainly for me was just the transformation. What I did for
Yeah.
I just do the transformation real quick and everything. So, um, I like doing that. I mean, and everything. I don't know if it was helping my channel or not. I've seen like you just said, you get conflicting. Some people say it's good, some people say it's not. I just don't know who to believe. So I've kind of cut back on them. I mainly do my shorts or stuff for my reels for my Instagram, my TikTok, and everything. So I do that a lot more now for that. I haven't put out very many shorts. It's been a while since I put a short out. So, you know, yeah, it is what it is. Um, so that's awesome. I mean, what was I going to ask was, do you think that you'll ever run out of I don't think you'll ever run out of material to do because there's so much, as far as transformer. I mean,
Yeah.
you do like G1 stuff, or do you plan on doing, other lines like Beast Wars or, everything. I haven't gone back as far as and everything, but I've been watching your stuff lately and it's really freaking awesome. The Skywarp one was great. And you said you was going to
Thank
try to
you.
tackle Starscream, and there's so much in, like you said,
Yeah.
Starscream has such a lot more than what a Skywarp and Thundercracker has. So I understand.
Yeah.
It'd be like doing Optimus Prime or Megatron. It would take a long time. So
Yeah.
do
So
you
like,
see yourself doing Beast War stuff, Armada,
see,
any stuff like
see,
that?
here's the thing. It's like when I first started my blog, I was very. I'll write about all my toys, right?
Hmm.
I'll release them on a schedule. Like this week I'll do a Transformers one. Next week I'll do a GI Joe one, and
Yeah,
next week I'll do a He Man one. So like if you see my blog, it's and even here in my channel, I have playlists, right?
yeah.
Transformer stories, GI Joe stories,
Hmm.
and I adopted that to my YouTube. Like in my release schedule, okay, I would space them out. So first video Transformers, next week GI Joe, next week
Yeah.
whatever, and
Hmm.
so apparently, so yes, it's a toy channel, but um, even within that, you you have people who um, just because you like Transformers videos doesn't mean you necessarily like He-Man videos, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like um so the first year of doing that schedule, like one after the other, like I wasn't getting any traction, and then early last year, um well, the first the first video that I released this year was on GI Joe, and it just took off. Like oddly enough, it took off. Like
Nice.
I was averaging maybe 100, if on a good day, right? A
Hmm.
hundred views per video, but this one took off to like around 9,000. So
Nice. I have to go check that one out then.
which was crazy. Like I didn't, like, and all of a sudden people were commenting and stuff like that, and so um but I didn't take it as a hint, right? So I still continued. So I thought, oh, this is cool, right? So the next week I released, I don't know, like a He-Man video, and it bombed, right? So
Oh, it happens. It
um
happens.
so yeah, and so I realized, and then the next one was a Transformers video. So basically what I'm saying is, like, I came in thinking I can tell stories about all toys, right? But
Mhm.
by accident, it's kind of evolved a little bit more into just the Transformers. Maybe so Transformers are the most popular, the ones that do the most, the best on my site.
Yeah.
GI Joe, a distant second, but they still do, So, but when I tried releasing something else, they would bomb. So that's something I would like to do. I don't know. I've uh, toyed around with like thinking maybe I can do another channel like just for like He-Man, right? And
Yeah.
keep
Yeah. You
make
can do
make
that.
this
Yeah.
Transformers. But well, I don't know. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I'm just happy. I mean, of all the toys, Transformers is the one that took off because one,
Nice.
um, you've got so much to cover. There's so
Yeah.
much material there.
40 years. 40 years of that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So, and I mean, at the end of the day, Transformers was like my number. I mean, well, yes, GI Joe growing up, but like as an adult collector, it was really Transformers that restarted
Yeah.
everything for me. So
Yeah.
I'm happy. Like if my Star Wars stuff took off, I'd be at a loss because like I like
Yeah.
Star Wars, but like it's very limited, and like right now I'm like so
Yeah.
not happy with the direction Star Wars is going. So you know,
No, I understand. No, I understand. Well, I mean, I understand what and I try to sprinkle in the 5.2 toy stuff. I really like those for the last couple of years now. And they'll hit once in a while, but most of the time it doesn't, and everything. But there's not a whole lot of 5.2 toy reviewers, especially in America.
5.2
You know,
is the
the
Beast
cube
Box.
things, yeah, the beast box
Yeah, yeah,
things and
yeah, yeah.
everything, yeah, and everything. So I love doing those. I got a couple of those already over here. I need to do some of those reviews and everything. But
I, I, I
I do those just for fun. I mean, I know they're not usually going to get a lot of views, but I like them. They're easy.
I
Easy
dodged the bullet
information.
on that one.
A lot of people have.
I, I,
I
I,
think they're
I,
fun. I mean, they're really
I
funny.
saw I saw one in Japan one time. I was there and I was like, this looks really nice, but
But it's
I
not for me.
I
It's not for me.
I.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand. So that's all my questions. If anybody, the 8 people in here, thank you so much for staying here. I really appreciate that. If anybody's got any questions, for Chris and everything, and like I said, all his YouTube channel is in the description. Definitely go subscribe to that. He's going to send me his Instagram and whatever other stuff. He's going to send me that later. I'll put that in the description later on as well. But definitely go check out, especially his stuff. Like I said, it's really funny. It just it's just a nice to sit down, just relax, and just listen to some funny stuff about Transformers and everything. But it also teaches you stuff too as well. It's very educational. Like I said, his last one he just did with
Educational.
Sky Warp. It is. I mean, come on. Some people may not know. Like some of the stuff you were talking about, I didn't know. I didn't know anything about Sky Warp. But so yeah, it's just it's nice just to sit down and just relax and talk about that. But if anybody don't have any questions, probably gonna head out and everything. But I want to thank you so much for coming on. If you want, dude, anytime you want to come on, if you want, to just chit chat about Transformers, do anything like that, just hit me up, man. Like you said, you hit me up when did you do this? You hit me up about a week or two ago. I said, hey, I want to come on around 30. I was like, all right. I think it's about a week or two. Just hit me up, man, and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can shoot the shit and everything, and have a good time. I like it.
Cool.
Everything. So I guess nobody has any questions. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna head out. Thank y'all so much for coming by and everything. There's Fire Talks. Thank you so much for stopping by. But we're going. So but like I said, I want to thank everybody. GQ, Eric, Duke, Blue. Thank you so much for stopping by. Cato. If I miss anybody, MC DJ. If I miss anybody, also I'm so sorry. Chris, I think came in. Anthony. All you guys, thank you so much. Elite, thank you so much. Let's see, I don't want to miss anybody's name. Princeton, thank you so much for stopping by. But yeah, everybody, thank y'all so much. I may be going live this weekend another time. I may do the I'm gonna probably build these blockies. I keep calling them blokes, but they're blocks or blockies. This is the
The gold.
Golden Lagoon version. So I may go live on Saturday night and build those like I did this past Saturday on season or series 4, I think it was. But tell everybody before we go. Tell everybody where they can reach you and everything. Like I said, I'll have everything in the description. But tell everybody right now and everything.
Okay. Well, my channel's called Stories from the Toy Shelf. I guess if you do a search on YouTube, you'll find it.
Mm-hmm.
um, um, it's yeah, I'm on Instagram. But it's more of like just you know, like a
Personal. Is it
yeah.
personal?
Well, I mean, it's also stories from the toy shop on Instagram.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it's not as active as the YouTube channel. So
Okay.
all everything's happening on the YouTube channel. So
Yeah.
my blog is still around.
Yeah. Go check out his blog.
but yeah, it's
Yeah,
mostly
send me
old
that
stuff.
too. Send me that, and I'll put it in. I know I did. I know I put it in my last one that we did. I know I put that in there. I think I did that. So, all right, fellas. Well,
Yeah,
thank y'all so much for stopping by. Like I said, as always, hit the like, shares, prayers, and cares. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm sure. Well, you've already subscribed. You're here already. So, hit me on some comments and be on the lookout for some other stuff. And as always, be good to yourself. May health freaking transformers. And good night, folks. Y'all take care. One second. In stream. Yes, I do. All right.